Hi everyone, it's Terri Tomff and it is September 7th. That means it's 7 days into Childhood Cancer Awareness Month for 2025. You know, I'm in my 5th year doing this and I'm excited to do this. And I picked 5 childhood cancer stats that matter. So I want to go over a few of these with you. Number one, 47 children are diagnosed with cancer every day in the United States. That's nearly 2 classrooms full of kids every single day. You know, Ryan was one of those, but he was diagnosed at 2 years old. He wasn't school age yet. But that's a big sobering statistic to me. And we do the best we can with the diagnosis as we did. And my heart sinks every time I think about that day. All right, number two, 1 in 285 children in the United States will be diagnosed with a cancer before age 20. It's more common than we think. But because of the doctors and the nurses and the researchers in the lab, they've come a long way, baby, since the new era of childhood leukemia and the treatment protocols back in the 50s have helped all these kids. And we think a lot of kids have cancer because we're in that orbit, right? And wrote a book about it and called The Focus Fight. And, you know, we belong to organizations around childhood cancer. But I just want you to all remember that cancer is still very rare. I'm going to say that again. Childhood cancer is still very rare. But the number 3 statistic says that cancer is the number 1 related disease cause for children dying every year here in the United States. That's more than asthma and diabetes, cystic fibrosis, and AIDS combined. But that sobering statistic, yes, but it's still very rare. Childhood cancer, I'm saying. All right. Number 4, less than 4% of federal dollars and research money funding goes to childhood cancers, maybe even less this year. One reason that it's still rare for childhood cancer, and I think because so many adults are diagnosed every year, the money follows the adult world. That's just simply how it goes. But if there was some miracle that we can go from 4% to 8%, that would really change. That would change a whole heck of a lot when it comes to childhood cancer. So we can only hope for that. All right, yeah, kids live their whole lives, right? Adults maybe are older being diagnosed, but kids have their whole lives to live, including Ryan. And I'm thrilled where he is today at 31, working and enjoying as much as he can that this life gave him. So the 5th one that I want to talk about is that this is a good one, that there are over 500,000 childhood cancer survivors living in the United States this year, or living. So that is terrific news, and that means that the protocols and the treatments have improved, the medical system has improved, and these kids are thriving and surviving, and that is a great thing that we see too. Bill and I and our family see very good results from a lot of kids across the country surviving, like I said, and thriving with their cancer diagnosis. And survivorship is growing. Every year it grows. And they live, but the only problem is they live with long-term side effects. And that could be a problem. And Ryan does have long-term effects, but medications, and he's on several every day, but they're helping him and to lead that successful life, and driving to do something, and playing golf, and cooking, and whatever else he likes to do. And that's for a lot of survivors and who are doing amazing work, and our doctors today, and nurses, and our therapists. So I just love that they have pursued their careers despite they didn't use cancer as their excuse or anything else. They went and they took life by the horns and ran with it. I love that. So these stats that I just rattled off are just numbers, right? I mean, there are children fighting, families fighting for these kids. They're truly golden lives that are worth fighting for every single day. And anyone who's in the lab, doctors, nurses, everyone's associated with, thank you, thank you, thank you. No one ever asked a child to be diagnosed with cancer, and certainly not us, and nobody on this earth ever wants to do that. But we have places, people in place to help, and that's a thing. We want that. And childhood cancer doesn't end here on this first week of Childhood Cancer Month or the end of September. It is a lifelong, it should be awareness every single day of every month and every year. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it.